I'll call this meeting of the Mitchell City Council to order and read the required public statement. This public meeting of the Mitchell City Council is being live streamed. The meeting is also being recorded and will be archived on the city's YouTube channel and a link added to the website. This recording is being made in compliance with Indiana's open door law. The recording, along with any agenda and minutes, will be made available for public inspection under the Indiana Access to Public Records Act. The recording will be retained for a minimum of 90 days. This recording is not the official minutes of the meeting, and those in attendance do consent to being recorded. The city YouTube channel is City of Mitchell IN. When we call the roll, you can see that we're short one councilman, and Daniel Talbot's battling an illness right now, so he couldn't be with us, but everyone else is in attendance. You have a copy of minutes, actually two sets of minutes, minutes from the regular meeting and minutes from an executive session that we held regarding personnel. So if you would look over those minutes, see if there needs to be any additions or corrections. Seeing none, I would accept a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Can we do both of them at once?
Yes.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes for the executive session and the county and the council meeting on July the 6th.
Do you have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Minutes are approved. Okay, next on the agenda is time capsule opening. The Burris Junior High School Historical Society buried a time capsule in May of 1976 on city property in front of the city swimming pool. They would like to open this 50-year capsule this year in September during the festival. And Larry Hardman, who was a member of that society, is here to discuss their agenda for this event.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. We didn't know what to do with this. So we have decided that we're gonna open this on Friday, September the 25th. We're gonna make it part of the festival. We know it's over 50 years when we were supposed to do it in May, but we decided to prolong it. What we have went and done is the 8th grade class of 26 and the 8th grade class of 27 is putting stuff in there with us. The city will let us, and I talked to Mayor Don, we would like to rebury it. So we're buying a new vault. We're gonna have it resealed. We're hoping that these ones that they brought up doesn't have, but we're gonna actually open it. We're gonna bring it out either Thursday night or early Friday morning, and we're gonna be prepared for the worst. I have talked to Donnie, and there is probably some things in there that we may wanna take out. So some stuff in there that city that you guys would like to show, we'll let you take it out. Same way with the school system, we have talked to them, Mr. Tanksley, and if there's anything in there that the school would like to put in the hallways there that we did over the years we all went there, and we'll take those things out. But these classes are gonna rebury them. We did find out some things the other day that some of us have forgot about over 50 years ago. Some of the papers and stuff we actually rolled up, put in PVC pipe, and capped it sealed. So hopefully those are dry. So, and we did call to make sure we could do this, and it was legal to do this, 'cause I've never dug anybody up before. So, this is kind of new. So, we just asked for the city's blessing that day to help us. I know, again, I talked to Mayor Don about possibly might need a policeman out there. Mr. Tanksley is also going to let the classes come over during the burial, which we're hoping will bring parents there too. So we're hoping to have a good crowd there that day. School's gonna furnish a PA system. We're gonna have a kind of a mini stage there. We're gonna make the program very simple. If the cassette is still good, and what some of you remember Darrell Tolliver, Darrell was our history teacher, and we're gonna get that cassette out of there. We're gonna replay it, and then Doug Thomas will do the closing speech he is the history teacher, and that will be taped and put back in there, and 50 years later, they're gonna open it, cause I won't be here, I can guarantee you I won't be here. But Mayor Don, we're gonna do a welcome, I'll probably be the MC. I got Julie Pace was our president of the Historical Society then, of our history class. She's gonna give a speech. We would like for you to do a welcoming speech to Mitchell and stuff like that, if you would.
Certainly.
You can make it 30 minutes, I would prefer like 5, but if you
Well,
can
about 3, you're gonna get about 3.
That's kind of what me and Tanya talked about. We figured we could get 3 out of it, it'd be good. So we really wanna redo this and let the city, let us reuse the ground again. We're also gonna put a, plaque on there, saying it'll be rededicated, open in 50 years, and put the class of 26 and 27 on there also. So our class is furnishing the bill. It's gonna take us about $2,500 to dig it up, rebury it, and do what we gotta do, but it's well worth it. Hoping it's a tradition that'll go on for many years down the road. So, we just want you guys' blessing, and we invite all you guys to come out that day. We'd love to have you there. So,
Hey Larry, just for, information, vault, you said vault, how big is a normal vault?
it's a normal vault.
Like a normal cemetery vault? Okay.
A normal vault. We tried to get Odin Vault to, I don't know if they were scared or what, if they seen all those stuff. We tried to get Odin Vault, see, they actually donated that from the start. And well, the owner wouldn't even talk to us anymore. I don't know if he was afraid that there was gonna be water in it. But I said, what better rain to film it, bring it up, and it'd be dry. That's a great sales pitch. But they wasn't interested, so Albert got with people out of Wilmington that he uses, and that's what we're using.
I was wondering how big it was.
Yeah, it's a normal vault. So, and we do have a list of what's in it. There is some cities things in it that back then, and I encourage the city, Don, you guys, if the city wants to put who the employees were in 2026 of September 25th, put it in there. I mean, we're telling the class we wanna put it, probably the new classes, either in a Tupperware, something Ziploc or laminated or do something. That way we can, 50 years later, hopefully it's dry. So we're gonna try our best, and I hope it's a good show, and I hope it's a good thing to bring to the festival. And like I said, we're expecting quite a few people out there that day.
Well, there's that time frame may have more people from out of town coming in.
It could.
So,
Yeah, and that's what,
it's a good
you know, most of our classes, we meet at that time of year anyway, and we usually have a pretty healthy group that comes home, and it makes them easier, even though we're all getting older and retired, and we can do things like that, but it makes it easier to plan ahead and things like that. I know some of our classmates are already having trouble getting hotel rooms and stuff in town, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing, so.
What time is this gonna be? Time?
We're targeting noon. I've gotta get some more things with Mr. Tanksley to see when it's the best time to cut the classes loose. Cause we don't want it to be, you know, a disarray for the school system. So we're hoping that, we're targeting noon and hopefully be done by about 2 o'clock and get in and get out and get it done, so.
Sounds good.
Giving it a lot of thought.
We've worked hard on this the last month to try to get all this together. I want everything done, and when we go out to that day, we're preparing for the worst. So that's why we decided either Thursday evening, dig it up, open it, put the lid back on, and then open it when everybody gets there. Or Friday morning, and we can pump the water out of it and we're watering it. So hopefully there's not. Not that there's any low lines of water in Mitchell or anyplace else, so, you know. But guys, thank you very much for your time. Any questions?
No, that was all I had.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Larry.
Thanks, Larry.
Obviously, 50 years ago, that council gave permission for it to be dug up, but since they're going to rebury it, just to put it on the record, I'll ask for a motion that we approve that they be allowed to put another 50-year capsule in the same location.
I'll make a motion that, after everything's opened up and the new items to be put in for the next 50 years, be taken care of. There.
I second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right,
Thank you,
we'll do it.
thank you.
Okay, under old business, street paving, this year, street paving has been completed. North Ninth from Hancock to Main, and Teague Burton from the bridge to Highway 37. Just the last few days, the crosswalks were all repainted at the schools, and the striping, new striping was put on the Teague Burton section. Any questions about that?
It looks nice, striping out there looks good on Teague Burton.
It does, they did a real good job on that. An update then on, the July 25th playground fundraising. It was successful, good attendance, especially considering that morning there was rain and slightly cooler temperatures came in with the rain. There were several large donations that were announced that Saturday. And I'll mention a few of them. Bedford Federal donated $25,000. Sickle donated $25,000. Sickle also challenged any business or individual to match their $25,000. And if done so, Sickle would put another $25,000 in for a total of $50,000. These donations now qualify the playground project to receive the $50,000 matching grant from the Lawrence County Community Foundation. In addition, several weeks ago, the city also was the recipient of a $30,000 grant from Smithville Telephone. There have been thousands of individuals make donations online. I think the online total right now is a little over 31,000. And also a lot of money was donated at Saturday's event. All the donations, whether they're $1 or much more, merit a heartfelt thank you. Our current total raise is somewhere around 170,000. I did get a phone call from a gentleman that said that he was going to match that 25 that Sickle put out, so that would be an additional 50. That would bring us, and I know this gentleman, so I trust his word. So that would bring us to about 220,000 when those two come in. He wants to wait and announce it at a later date, but he's assured me that he will do so. Saturday's event was only possible because of the army of volunteers that spent hours planning the day, giving their time to make the day a big success. If I tried to thank and name every individual who helped in any way, I would inadvertently leave someone out, and this meeting wouldn't be over till after midnight. I will mention some groups by name. Many thanks to the Mitchell Park and Recreation Board, the Playground Project Committee, the Shrine Club, Burris Hatfield PTO, Tri-Kappa, Mitchell Chamber of Commerce, Easy Leasing, Lucas Realty, Mitchell Volunteer Fire Department, Marion Township Volunteer Fire Department, Mitchell Police Department, Hoosier Hills, which sponsored the band, and certainly the brave parties who participated in the Belly Buster competition at the city pool. They asked me to do it, and I pulled rank and said, no, I don't get to say no very often, but I'm saying no on that one. And there were so many other volunteers that just walked up and said, what can I do? Of course, the playground area was full, so people had to park at Hatfield and over at the nearby church, and so we had a caravan of golf carts, and we had a lot of people just step up and said, I'll drive one, and just haul people back and forth. And it made the day a very great success. And it was a long day, that everybody was tired, because it started with a color run at 9 o'clock, and they were setting up at 8 o'clock, and they weren't done until almost 11 that night. So, and a lot of the people stayed, volunteers were there the whole time. So, any questions regarding that?
Seems like a good turnout.
Okay, a quick update on housing demolitions. In the last 2 years, now these are housing demolitions, just dilapidated structures that were beyond repair. The city has demoed 10 houses in the last 2 years. We've done 3 so far this year. We've got Commissioner Dan Terrell has got 3 more that he's working on. Other than 2 of these houses, the people all volunteered when asked if it was okay to take their house down. And we've only had to have hearings or get a court order on 2 of them. So I think that's been our goal, is to try to find people who understand that the property, they're gonna be ahead. Once the lot's cleaned off, they'll be able to sell the lot for more than the cost of demolition. So is there any question on that procedure? Okay, moving on quickly to new business. Vicki needs approval to combine some bank accounts. Let's see, I've got the resolution here. Account ending in 2695 will be moved into the water account, and will maintain separate fund listings. Account ending in 8401 will be deposited into the sewer account or bank 3, and will maintain separate fund listings. This simplifies the bookkeeping a lot and cuts down on the total number of accounts. As I know in the beginning there was, I think it was well over 20 some accounts that we had, and trying to keep track of 20 some accounts takes an awful lot of extra time when you can consolidate your money and put it in fewer accounts. So she is requesting permission to pass a resolution to allow her to do that.
I'll make a motion that we authorize the closure of the bank accounts and transfer of funds for the water and the sewer.
Have a second?
I second that.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, that resolution will be approved. I think we have a comment up there.
Sorry, I didn't get that earlier. I think they can do it, but you didn't.
First name on the comment is Tammy Dwyer.
Question about the building on Main Street that's been stopped and has been for over 2 years now. Are we getting anywhere with that?
Okay, I will give you, it's like a pot on the stove, but the flame's not turned up too high. We have, I think I've mentioned this before, we have shown that building to numerous Lawrence County Redevelopment, Indiana Landmarks, Hoosier Uplands, and all of them have said it was over their head. Right now, we have a developer that lives in Westfield, but he's from Bloomington originally. And that's kind of what he specializes in, is taking old structures. Well, we gave him the original engineer's report, which was done in June of '24. And that's what scared everybody off, because that report said it was gonna cost $1 million. And he's brought his engineer and a construction manager in, and they've looked at it in the last 30 days. And then he went on vacation, and I talked to him last week, and he got a hold of the 2 people that he's had looked at it, and he assured me that within the next 10 days, he would give us some kind of an answer of whether or not he would be interested in it. So at the moment, that's where we stand.
Because my question is, if it falls, worst case scenario, you know, gotta go there. If it falls, that fence ain't gonna do nothing.
It'll go all the way across the street.
I mean, if it injures somebody because the city put up the fence, is the city liable for the injury cost?
I think because we followed the engineer's recommendation that's in writing, we did what they told us to do. I think that's as much coverage as we can hope to have.
Any chance that that fence will be gone by festival?
Not by festival. Well, the other question that I did ask, and the gentleman's name, I don't think it's a secret, it's Scott Caulfield. And I asked him to ask his experts, I said, is there something that we can do just to the front to make it secure enough that we could take the fence down while you're working on the rest of it? And he said, I'll get you get you an answer if they think that's possible. So it's still something we're working on, but we're making very slow progress. And the only real progress is the fact that we can continue to get people to look at it.
Are we gonna set a timeline, like if this guy says, don't want it?
You know, the only other option, if nobody will
Is to
step
tear it
forward,
down.
is to tear it down. And if it comes to that, we will, but that is an absolute last resort, because we don't want that hole there, not to mention what it would cost to stabilize the two neighboring buildings. So, but I mean, sure, it's on the table.
Cause I just know there's a building for sale, and will it take down the whole block if it goes? And what happens to the people if they buy that building?
There's always that domino effect if you're not careful.
If they have to disclose it when they sell the building or not,
You need to know what you're doing.
legal wise.
I think if I'm correct, if we would condemn it, and he signs the papers over to it, it's the city's, is that correct? And then it would be our obligation to spend that money for tear down, so any other way we can go about it, safely.
Better.
So be best for the city, so.
Okay, Darlene Roberts.
Oh, I'll be good, I promise. Last time Jeff talked, this time I'll talk. I appreciate what you guys did. I live on 9th Street. And I appreciate the vent that you guys put in, but it's not working. My house on 9th Street, South 9th Street, is the V of the block. And it's still, I could put my kayak in my yard and float around in my kayak. So my question to you, and it's always held water, don't get me wrong. It's just when they did the new road, blacktopping the road and the new sidewalk, that it's gotten worse. So my question to you, is there a way that we can dig a trench from in front of my house down to the other water main, or the other vent at the end of the block, so then it goes downhill and doesn't just stop right there? I have pictures, if you guys want me to open it, of where the water was this high, above that grate that you guys put in. And in my yard, my driveway is 4 inches from my yard. The water was halfway up my husband's truck on my driveway.
What's your address?
510 South 9th Street. I live right across from Tulip Street Church. Either the trench, or I'm gonna have to have concrete poured there somehow, because I'm losing money. I can't plant flowers, I can't plant grass, because it just runs clear across underneath my trailer and runs out the backyard. Is there any way that you guys think that you can come out and kind of look at that?
Well, it just so happens that tomorrow I will be meeting with CHH engineers
Mhm.
regarding another
Situation?
issue in
Mhm.
town. And I'll add your address to it and have him
Okay.
come over and give his opinion.
I appreciate, I have lived there for 18 years. My daughter's in her 30s and she was in sophomore in high school. Anyways, and I've always had this issue, but like not as bad as it is now. And a friend of mine, her dad, the lady that used to own it, Mary Lake, she had the same problem as I did, of the water coming up in the yard. And my friend Stacy Hopper, her dad, Roy Dodds, he said if they dig a trench next to the sidewalk, it would go down to the main. Because what you're doing is you're just the V. And I'm telling you, if you come in and look, you can look, the road goes like this. And then it comes up the creek, right in front of my flowers, and right into my yard. So,
When they did when they did the work before.
they did the grade.
Did that help any at all? Of course, I know we've had.
Somewhat, but not like it should. Like Jeff will have to go down there and he has to clean it.
When you done the sidewalks, thank you, they're great,
they're still white. When you done the grate, perfect, it comes down and goes right in there. But anything more than just a little rain, it overwhelms it. And of course, it's got a lot of water, but it comes from the top of the hill. Now, if you think, that's 3-4 blocks. It comes down, there's nothing to stop it. It comes from both sides. She's got pictures this time. Now, I know this was during a heavy rain, but what it does to our yard, and it's just not our yard, it's everybody
people's
before
yard.
the other drain, it overwhelms that drain, and that parking lot to the north of us, it's under 6 inches of water, because the drains can't hold it all. Up at our place, all that water comes down, and that grate gets so congested with water, it comes up out of there, foot and a half, cause it's going in, but it's blowing it back out. Now, I go out right before every rain, and if you've been by, you see me out there standing in the middle of the road with a broom, and I'm down there picking that stuff out, throwing garbage bags away. I clean it. I don't want it to do it.
Yeah.
But when it gets up, it's probably that tall to our drive, and from the grass, and then you can see it coming in. And when it comes in, then it gets up on the driveway, and then it gets up on the tire of a big F-150 to the rim. That's too much water. I've even got pictures this time to where our floor mats floated in the road. I mean, not floor mats, excuse me.
My
Our
rug.
step mats
Yeah.
in front of the porch.
See, on the other end of the street, it's just as bad, okay, on the
Yeah, 'cause
other
it-
end of Tulip,
Yeah.
because when
It's
it
not
rains-
as bad, cause you got 2 drains sucking down, but when it really gets going, you ain't gonna do nothing about it.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, there's enough down there on that end of Tulip Street.
Yeah, that one down
The
there.
hydraulic action off of it will raise a manhole
Sure.
cover 6 inches.
Sure will. Well,
It
this
does
ain't,
that where I live, doesn't it, Mr. Claudette? I can't even do my laundry, I can't flush my toilet, I can't do anything.
And
now that don't affect us.
That's why I was
That
asking
don't
you,
affect us.
what
Yeah.
they did to start with help, but, and I know, people may think I'm crazy about climate, but, this year here,
It's been exceptional.
I've never seen it where we've had so much rain in a very, very short
I
time.
understand that.
But, we can,
But my thing is, if that can't be done, I'm gonna pour some concrete, cause I'm tired of having my yard being underwater. Because, I mean, I want my yard just as pretty as everybody else. And if I can't have flowers, I had a welcome board, I make welcome boards. My welcome board was floating in the water, and it's an ironing board that's this thick.
It just takes it, puts it into the yard.
But, yeah, Mayor, if you have them look at that, come look at that.
I will have them look at that, but,
Alright.
one thing that Larry mentioned, which
Was the rain, I
was the
understand.
rain, and for instance, over on Warren Street,
Mhm.
on one of those heavy rains, it was raining so hard that, like Chris said, on the manholes.
Yeah.
It was blowing up out of the manholes. So, the point there was, we got drains,
Mhm.
they're just not big enough.
Well, my thing is, the one at the end of the block, it don't hardly meet there, because it's coming into my yard, so it's not flowing to the other one. And if you look at the one you guys put in, where the hoe is, it's this much deeper than where the hole starts, and it's full of grass and everything else packed underneath it. You see what I'm saying?
Some of them.
Don, can that be removed? Can that grate be removed?
I would imagine.
I think it does. I think it's got a metal frame and it can just be removed. You know me, you know what I do. I'll just slide it out. I'll clean it out, put it back, make sure everything's safe on it. And I'll let you know before I do it. I'll let you know when I do it. I got the red cones, I've got the tool, I got the stuff to bring it up. I'll clean it out. Anything to help.
But me, like I said, if I can't get it done, I'm gonna pour concrete, cause I'm tired of having a wet grass.
We'll try to look at something before you get to the concrete.
Okay, thank you.
Please.
I know we got some places,
Concrete.
just above Linda's house there.
Yeah,
we got
mine's
the
bad
main place,
too.
And it's washed part of the, pavement stuff out around the one.
Yeah, why is that plate in the middle of the Pleasant View?
Keep from driving down,
Pardon me?
keep from driving down and dropping in a hole. It's where that's washed out around that main head.
Oh.
Yeah, but that sticks up. and
Yeah,
it's
it's like it's
tires.
flip it up, I'm surprised my neighbor.
There's several throughout town.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got four,
Several of those
we've got
plates.
4 plates right now.
And they do stick up.
So there's nothing else like where I'm at, where the drain can be fixed.
And they're, looking at, the drainage systems in behind T. Burton and Ruler and cleaning out there and some other, and behind your house is too, the ditch. That I
Yeah,
cleaned
and then
out,
them new apartments and them duplexes.
I cleaned out the one behind your house, I cleaned it out by hand a couple years ago, but I'm not able to do that right now, so.
And Frontier, I don't know what that green thing is, but it keeps floating in my yard.
That's in,
It's
those,
like a big heavy lid or
their
something.
cable,
must be.
their cable for their
Yeah,
internet
they need to
cables.
come, you need to call Frontier and have them come back and
I
put 2
took it over
screws in
to,
it.
Roger next door and he took it down where it belonged. I didn't know where it
Yeah,
belonged.
them
That's 3
internet,
times
Yeah.
happened.
internet boxes, when they get full of water, you just push them out.
Yeah, it just floats right in my yard.
A couple of 1/2-inch lag screws will take care of it.
All right.
We got things to do.
Yeah.
Anything else for the council?
Thank you for cutting my tree down and having them grind the stump, and I appreciate that. I'll tell my neighbor, she,
That's another subject.
I'm telling you, she's something else, ain't she, Larry?
Nothing
She
scary.
goes, do you have a lot of sawdust in your yard? Well, yeah, because they cut the tree and the limbs, and she said, well, I gotta sweep off my porch, and I gotta sweep off my sidewalk, and I'm like, okay. And then when the guy came to grind up the stump, I mean, things were flying, but not bad. I mean, there's pieces probably this big. She goes out there with a trash bag picking up in her side of the yard. And I'm like, oh lady, please,
You get one of them jelly washers that'll wash it off the sidewalk.
I suppose she hadn't shoveled it off.
Yeah.
All right, if there's nothing else before the council, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.